Alright everybody, in today's video we are changing the front brake pads and rotors on a 2024 Toyota Tundra. This is not a how-to video or to show you how to properly do it. This is just how I do it, and this video for my channel is just to say, the point of this is hey, we all work, we all are busy, but on your off time, this is something that needs done rarely, and I've done it for many years on all my vehicles just to save money, time, and pretty much just to say hey, you could do it yourself. The tools I'm using today, I've collected over the years. I started out with just the regular Craftsman box. You could do this with hand tools, no problem. I just cut to the chase. I got the truck jacked up. It's sitting on a jack in a jack stand, just to show you. Harbor Freight specials. So I use a jack stand and I use a jack as a safety. On the other side it's help with a jack stand, but for now, whatever side I'm working on for an extra safety, I use the jack to help hold just in case this fails. Also too, when you're working on this, keep your feet from out underneath the rotor here. That way if it does fall, you won't get crushed. Like I said, this isn't, you could do this at your own risk. This is not how-to video on this particular vehicle, but usually every standard brakes, this is modern, but they're typically the same. So just my brakes are due. Pads are still got some life left in them, pretty much. These are OEMs, 61,000 miles without changing pads, but as summer month comes, the rotors are starting to get warped, so when it heats up, braking is kind of rough, rattles the truck. So these are well overdue, but surprisingly looking, I got plenty of pad life left. So honestly, the rotors are just warped. This is Toyota. I'm an OEM person because I used to buy cheap parts, and you get cheap material and you're changing them way sooner than you're supposed to. So I recommend buying OEM for your vehicle. This is my personal first Toyota I bought. Love the truck so far. But I've learned over the years, just buy OEM parts for any vehicle you have. I mean, I've had beaters with a heater, for 500 bucks. So yeah, I bought cheap parts, who cares? It's an old car. So, but if you have something newer, nicer, cleaner, I recommend just keep an OEM with it. You'll change it less, it'll last longer, and it's meant for this vehicle. So let's get started. On this one, this is gonna be pretty much the only camera angle I might move around. Just bear with me. But just like I said, the point of this video is just to show you, hey, you can do it yourself. I have all the tools surrounding me. I put a set of gloves on, and all right, so let's go. Join me on today's adventure. Also recommend wearing old clothes. You don't need to wear gloves. I normally don't wear gloves, but the older I get, the more I wear them, and these gloves are from Harbor Freight. They're just the regular heavy-duty glove. So, in the end, gloves are gloves. There's certain things in this world where it doesn't matter what you buy. Gloves is one of them. So we got to take this clip out here. To get this clip, it's just sitting in the holes. So let me get a pair. Handy dandy from Companion pliers. Had these, don't know, they came in toolboxes. I've kept them over the years. So let's take this retainer pin out. Slide it out of there, come on, all right. And there you go. So this is a little spring that holds your retaining pins in. Here's the retaining pin. Take this clip out, and these aren't the names, this is just what I'm calling it. So let's get a screwdriver. Use this handy dandy pry bar, don't matter, screwdriver, anything works. Whatever you got, use what you got. All right, we're gonna keep this. We gotta get these pins out here. Oh, look at that, coming out pretty easy. Look at that. Never get that lucky in Pennsylvania with rust. But this, like I said, this is 2024, it's new. Retaining pin. The bottom one gonna go? Nope. Just tap it on this side. Don't hit it hard. Do not mushroom the head because it's tapered. Help guide. Grab it from this side. Oh no. All right. Hammer. So grab this pliers and use my hammer. Nope, it ain't working. Let's see if we can get a little more out of it. Oop. Get vice grips. Such a fantastic tool. Oh no. Okay, so we're going to use our other pin and our handy dandy hammer. Got it out. We're going to squeeze right here. There we go. Look at that. What we're going to do is clean these pins up too, get this rust and corrosion off before we put them back in. Just use a wire brush, whatever you got. Yeah, this thing's just corroded. All right, second pin's out. So, pull these pads out. Got a little finagling here. It's coming. All right. Probably should just remove the caliper to get them out, but I'm just doing it this way. Like I said, there's no rhyme or reason. A little pry in there. All right. Sad too, these held up pretty good, and that's why I'm sticking with OEM to put back in, because I mean the quality and for how long this is lasting is really good. And like I said, I'm changing the rotor too, so I'm not worried about damaging it if you do. But if you're just changing pads, typically try not to be prying in here, damaging this rotor. But we're changing it, so I don't care. So what I'm going to do is take this caliper off. And this caliper is held in by, there's a brake line, looks like. It's holding this in here. Got these two bolts right here. Let's see here. It's Toyota, so everything's gonna be metric. Make sure I get my metric sockets. Metric. Let's see if I get this first try. 18? 18? Oh my. Nope. It's a 19. We're going to take our 19 millimeter. It's tight. Use my ratchet here. Here's our handy dandy ratchet. And sometimes use this by hand. Ain't got enough to bust it. So, we go the old school way here. Some metric. Yep, got a metric speed wrench. And then, let's see, to loosen it, I need to go towards the up. That's an 18. I don't have an 18. There we go. All right, 19. Oh, shoot. I need a hammer. We'll use our Cresson hammer. Wow. Our 1/2-inch drive breaker bar. Oh, bumped you there. Scoot you back a little bit. All right. You can cheat it to me. What? This. Oh. Wow. That's a doozy. I need extension. 1/2-inch drive extension. This thing's too long, but it'll work. What a doozy. This thing's ratcheting, but it's not ratcheting. About to bust my knuckles. Wow. Okay, now that's loose. Take our speed wrench here. We're gonna go old school on this one. You know, old school's without the ratchet. Don't lose this. Nope, tightening. Works 60% of the time, all the time. Let's see here. All right, so this caliper should come right off. Yep, there we go. Take this off. I think it'd be easier to take those pins out anyways while it's in there. Oh yeah, she's rusty. So we got a heavy brake line here. As I said, you got to kind of monitor what you're doing, see what you're doing. Like I said, look at that pad. Still plenty of life. It's sad. We'll compare it to a new one, see what we got. Yeah, we need to clean this thing too. She's pretty dirty. So I have a dilemma here. There's a hard line right here. Usually this hose doesn't go to this hard line, so I don't want to mess it up or kink it. So what we'll do is get another wrench here. Yes, I have power tools, but I'm working with hand tools here. The point of the hand tools is just to say, hey, yep, it's going to be a 12. Number 12. It's just saying, hey, all you need is a set of wrenches to do this. Definitely recommend breaker bars, though. Like I said, that breaker bar is a Husky from Home Depot. All right. So I don't lose this, I know where it goes. Usually a trick that I do is I will put it back into the thread where it goes. Just a couple turns. Amazon sells this brake caliper release kit that presses it. And before, I'll tell you what to do when we get to that. But this is a hanger it comes with. So usually grab it and then find a spot to hang it. And we're going to hang it without damaging anything. Here, this is what we'll do. We'll hang it from the bolt. There we go. Go easy so you don't mess up the threads. I'll get to that step, but before you compress these calipers, always open your brake reservoir up top because you're going to push pressure back to it and you don't want to do any damage to the parts. I mean, I've done it before without it, blah, 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 but I was just always taught, and it makes sense. Go up and open your brake fluid reservoir. Or you got a hole in the glove. So our next step is, it's free. There is no retaining bolts to hold this on. Usually some vehicles have like a star head bolt that holds this to the hub, but this one doesn't have it. Should come right off. So need a hammer, which I'm gonna get a hammer instead of using a crystal. So I'm changing the rotor. If I wasn't changing the rotor, I wouldn't even take this off, pull the pads out, slide them in, blah, blah, blah. This one I'm changing the rotor. I'll show you, but usually these, they get galded up because there's rust, pretty much welds it to the hub. So, handy dandy rotor remover. Let's give it a couple taps. Whew. Wow. Oh, I wish I had the nuts for that, but I don't. Protection. Alright, so you can see all the rust in here, and where this mates with the hub, the hub right here, it's just rust gets built up and it'll pretty much weld it to it. When you're doing this, don't hit it hard. I did many taps. I'm hitting it easy because I don't want to mess up the bearing in here. When you're hitting that, there's a bearing in here, and you hit that really hard, you could potentially destroy the bearing, break it. Then you're gonna have bigger problems. You're changing the hub, which is even more expensive, and it's gonna be due soon anyways. But like I said, everything looks good in here. We look clean. This rotor, like I said, look, it's past its life. You can get these recut. I've never done it. Our next step is we're gonna wire wheel this. Usually people anti-seize this. I don't have any right now. It's not the end of the world, but that's what happens. Usually I will clean this. I'm gonna take a wire brush anyways, but usually you clean it with a wire wheel, wire brush, what you got, get most of the junk off, and then you just put a real paper thin layer of anti-seize, which I don't have, which is fine. It's not the end of the world, but that's what you just got to do. Next time you're gonna have to hit it. Well, you can see this thing's just been through winters and starting to just got a lot of surface rust. So what I do is get my handy dandy Harbor Freight wire brush and just get in there best you can. Make sure you use plastic or wood. You don't want to mess up your studs. Use something like metal or grinder. Sometimes you have potential to hit these studs and it's not a good time. Just getting in there as best I can. You can see all the rust coming off. Okay, so there's some rust in here. We'll clean it all up. Rubber seal here, so watch. Don't use a flapper wheel or wire wheel. You'll destroy this rubber seal and it'll allow material to get in there. But we're just gonna clean it the best we can. Singing to yourself helps a lot. Got some brake clean if you want to. Just give it a little spritz. See, it's got some dirt dripping off there. Usually use rags. Paper towel's just fine. It'll work. The wife or mom or grandma might not like you taking a roll for paper towels, but we'll keep that between me and you. And just get in there and give it a nice wipe. Get any extra residue off there. And just clean it up. And then, yeah. See, nice and clean. Like I said, a little brake clean if you want. Here, I'll show you. We can do it again. Just don't spray a bunch. You don't need that much. You can see just all the stuff coming off there. And then, like I said, just taking this in there. That brake clean dries up, evaporates really quick. And you can see, look how much cleaner it is. All right. Put you back here. All right. So our next step is put the rotor back on. But before that, let's do the caliper so we don't get any dirt and stuff on the rotor. The rotor, you do not want to get any grease or dirt or anything on it. So we're going to compress these. And like I said, the reservoir is open up top. This is a double acting one. I've never had one of these. So what I'm going to do is wire wheel it real quick. Wire brush it real quick. And there's rubber in here, so just go easy. You're just more or less just trying to get that little surface stuff off. Like see in between, there's rubber there. Don't want to really hit that hard, damage the rubber with anything here. And everything looks good. Oops. So, yeah. Just sticking my finger in there. I'm just trying to clean up a little bit. Just getting all that grime off. And we are good to go. So I don't see, usually on a brake, give it the old blow it out. So with this one, all right, so I'm gonna decompress these brakes. To do that, let's figure this out. It's an old trick. So my brake kit won't work the way it's set up. You can use C-clamps. With these shims, make sure you don't lose these shims. So we don't want to damage this. So what I'm going to do is, these come with a little plate. Find a plate or something. Like I said, every brake's different. This one's a little bit more difficult. Because I don't want to damage these. Let's see what the new kit comes with first. Maybe we can. See if they come with the shims. No. So, they do not come with shims. So what we're going to do is take the new pads. Both pads are the same, nothing particular. We got to reuse these shims. Okay. We will clean these shims. So I've got an old pad. Take the shims off so we don't damage anything. And then just for reference, you can see, I mean, these pads still had a lot of, probably about half-life. But so what we're going to do is we're going to take this pad, put it in here. Doesn't matter the direction, because like I said, we'll put the, yeah, it doesn't matter what direction you go. We're going to damage it. Don't do this with a new pad. You will destroy it. So we're going to take our C-clamp, tighten it down. And compress it. You'll see it. It's really easy. Look, barely any force. And just compress it till they're flat. I'm flat. That's it. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So we will slide this pad in. It doesn't matter. Like I said, it's getting destroyed. We're throwing it away. Open the C-clamp up a little bit. And then new pads over here. So, and then when you do this, make sure you're not hitting, like see I got a brake line here. You just don't want to damage anything. Just take your time. No hurry. You can cause a lot of damage here. Let's see. Let's unhook this. Get a better angle here. All right. Put that through there. There we go. Like I said, the goal is here is to not damage anything. The C-clamp. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the rotor back on. Make sure everything's good. Okay. Let's get this rotor back on. Got our new rotor. So it's a new rotor. You got dirty gloves. Everything's dirty. So that's why this is why I need brake clean. So let's get this new rotor unboxed. Just opening a box, nothing crazy you're missing. When you grab this, do not grab the face. Do not grab anywhere where the brake's gonna engage. And just give it a little spritz. Do not spray your skin. Like I just did. Okay. And it's clean. And usually I will take, so what I'm going to do is, oh, there we go, scratch a new surface. Do not do that. We're we're just going to wipe it clean. We're going to wipe this inside here real quick. Like I said, we're going to redo this side. The reason I took it off is because your dust shield's in the way. So we're going to take it back on. And then what I usually do is, there's usually, like I said, there's a nut that holds this in flush, just for now, to help hold it on. Not the end of the world. It's not going to hold it on exactly all the way. There you go. Use one of your wheel lugs, hand tight. Don't overdo it. Let's spray this surface again here. Take our paper towel and just give it a wipe. Just give it a nice little wipe. So here's paint on there. That's nice. There's paint, so watch the paint. Do not spray the paint or get it on the surface. And we're gonna re-put our mounting bolts in. Usually I just give it a nice little clean. These are like made of some type of, I don't know, zinc or something. I don't know. They don't really rust. Maybe they're galvanized. I don't know. Who knows? I don't. So, like I said, I'm not a professional, so you people watching, make comments. I will read them and take your advice. Maybe you got something better than me. So we're going to take this, put this back on. It goes on the inside here. Go real easy. Keep your hands, do not put them on the rotor as much as you can. Take your bolt. Put this one in hand tight. Oh, there it is. Caught some threads. We're good. Do not tighten it up all the way until you get this one on. And then this is what's jamming us up. All right. That goes there. Oop. We'll get that later. Don't want to hold this any longer than I have to. I think we caught a thread. There we go. All right. Let's get this back in before we forget. Like I said, bear with me. This is just a hobby I've been trying to pick up here, because tighten this back down. I never get that right 100% of the time. Like I said, you can use an impact, but if you're going to use an impact, do not slam it. You will snap it. Do not have to overdo it. That's why I like using hand tools. Usually I use impacts just to bust stuff loose because it's been in there a while. Tight, that's it. That's all you gotta do. And then get our 19. Oh, wrong way again. Get this nice and snug. And get this one. Speed wrenches are the ticket. If we're tight, just give it a nice snug. Don't overdo it. Tight, that's good. Ain't going anywhere. So our next step is slide our shoes in. I'm gonna clean this shim up real quick. And get a paper towel. Oh yeah, nice and clean. When you put these on, reverse them how you take them off. Pay attention to that. I kind of didn't. So to go to the other side and look at it to understand. But make sure, like I said, the shims have to be a certain way. Getting all this gunk off there so they're nice and clean. Make sure you clean your shims. Not every vehicle has shims. Like I said, this is not a how-to. It's just to show you, hey, you could do this yourself. For those, I talk to people all the time, take it to the dealer, take it. And I'm like, I don't know. I'd rather do it myself. And you just take pride in it. I take pride in doing things myself. Not every job. I mean, I'm not doing an engine swap and stuff. Okay. Before we put this in, almost forgot. This comes with a little thing of grease. This is like brake grease. So you have to put it on the back shim. It helps keep it from welding itself to this caliper. So we're going to change gloves, but we'll take a little bit of grease and just dab it on there. We're just going to rub it right where where you can see where the caliper rubs. You only need a little bit. You don't need much because this is enough for both sides. Do not get this on the face of the pad or you'll be sliding down the highway. So just cover the surface area where it's going to rub the caliper. So I'm wiping it off my finger. I do not want to get this on the pad. So I'm grabbing at the back side, holding it like this. We're going to slide it right in there. I'm going to slide it right in there. Okay. Uh-oh. Like I said, this is my first one doing it this way. I never did this. Okay, so this one has a squealer. It's on the inside. Here's the old. Yep. So take this old shim pack off. Spray it somewhere out of the way. Get a fresh paper towel. Wipe this stuff off. Because you want that grease to have a good mating surface. You don't want any dirt in there. Do any damage. And take this off. Get this garbage out of here. And then, okay. So the shim. Okay. Put our shim in here. So we got to get creative here. Little, like Bob Ross says, little happy accidents. Not the end of the world. We'll figure it out together. American car guy, if you see this, you're one of the motivators. My grease. Some grease on there. Yeah, that's where it mates. A little grease here. As I said, you can see the circle where the caliper piston rubs. And that's where you want the grease, because that's the point. That's the only point where it touches. Get some of this stuff off my fingers. Uh-oh. Okay. So this one can go on the inside. Trying to get that grease on the face. And make sure all the dust is on there. Okay. Look at that. Boom. Uh-oh. We went too far. Good. Okay. So, I need to get this one to go in. I mean, it's so close. That's what I don't like. It's right there. Come on. Right there. I love taps here. Get the start. Gotta watch the boot in there. Don't want to mess the boot up on the caliper. Putting this together. Shouldn't matter. Try to tear this boot up here. Better be lucky than good. Just tapping these real easy. Pin super dirty. Just take a wire brush to it. And then when you put these in, you want to grease these. There's like brake grease, high temp grease. I mean, there's a grease for this. It's like a brake grease. I have some old Molly lube, which is meant for like the slide pins and stuff like that. That's what you want. So we're gonna put some of that on there. Whatever I did with it. Uh-oh. We're losing all kind of stuff. This is the fun part of it. Where did I put my tools? Buried under the 5082 tools I don't need. Just gonna get a little on my finger and just rub it on there. Just get it on there nice and good. Look at that. It's lubed up. Should help keep it from corroding. Plasti lube. That's what I'm using. That's what came on an old Volkswagen I had. And look at this. Let's see. You got to slide this in. Use our handy dandy little hammer. Just easy taps, man. You don't have to send it. What are we hitting here? There you go. And then this one needs to go in just a little more. That's little taps. You gotta send it. And then push that through till there's a little hole for the retaining spring. Right there. And I just realized you have to make, so I got lucky at this one, make sure the hole's facing here. So it's gonna face directly like this through. There's a hole here, so make sure the hole's facing directly out. Actually got lucky with that one. But like I said, it's always like I always say, it's better be lucky than good. And then just clean it up, get all the heavy corrosion off. Use my Molly lube, Plasti lube, whatever it is. Like I said, this is meant for brakes. And then the hole is facing out, the direction I want. Going right through. Yeah, it should push right through. So, need to face that out. And then pound this right in there. Yep. There we go, just a little bit. Easy taps, you don't want to damage anything. It'll move. Nice, easy taps. A little bit more. Yep. Uh-oh. I did the retaining spring. This spring. Uh-oh. I lost it. Found it. And then this goes in this hole here. There's a little hole there, so usually just make the first one. You can make the center hole. Yeah. I might have to spin it a little bit. Let's do this. Nope, that's the way it's got to go. Dummy. Put that one in there. That goes there, and then make sure it's all the way in. You gotta make sure it's all the way in. Oh gosh. This keeps this pin from coming out, and she's not going. Bite this in just a cut here more, a little hair. And usually it helps me. Don't rip the other side apart just yet. There you go. We're all the way through. Just bring it bend a little bit. Alright, look. It's staying. That side's tight. This is the pad. Beat this all the way so it's tight against the side here. And we are good to go. And then finally, we'll clean it. You don't have to, but it's got gunk on it. Let's get that gunk off there. Now we gotta figure out how to get this bad boy on. And we're done. Off to the next side. All right. And that's it. And then I'm done on this side. I'm going to put the wheel on. Usually I put the wheel on, torque it to spec. We'll get to that next. Off to the other side. Other side's done. Took half the time because we used it as a learning experience. Now we are going to put the wheels on, torque them to spec, and we'll go from there. So these rims, they don't fit perfect. There's a taper. So just to be cautious too, make sure, I always put them in hand tight as much as I can. But it's tapered and the hole is oblong. So just make sure all these center up and go in. Once you get the first one set, the rest are easy. Now these are all hand tight. Take the pressure off, do it in a star pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Usually get them hand tight, get them good to go. We're gonna have to lower it back on the ground to get pressure so we can torque it to spec. Real quick, when I work on vehicles, get a little notepad. I just put information that I use, whatever, like I got, it takes 8 quarts, 0W20, filter numbers, drain plug is a 12mm with a M12 gasket. I put that in there, but let's see what our torque spec is for our wheels. So here I wrote it down, just wrote down little things, everything we need, but our wheels will take a 21mm socket at 97 foot-pounds. Torque wrench, I don't have a 7, it goes in increments of 2, so we're gonna do 98, which is perfectly fine. As you tighten these, do it in a star pattern until proper torque is required. Good. 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 And we got this security bolt. It's a pain in the butt. So. And then just go through a circle pattern, make sure everything's good. Tight. Check, make sure we didn't miss anything. 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. Let's go to the other side. And that's it. Time to clean up, do a test drive, see if we did a good job.